welcome to iExamBee. As you are aware that we have started a mock test series discussion with respect to different apps, different subjects. So इस particular video में भी मैं continue करूंगी हमारा mock test series discussion and we will be discussing the various mock tests, the MCQs related to the Indian Contract Act और उसके अंदर हम special contract से related questions देखेंगे. But before that, do remember to subscribe to our channel and press on the bell icon so that you can stay tuned and stay updated. As I already mentioned कि इस वीडियो में हम इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट से रिलेटेड स्पेशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट देखने वाले हैं, उससे रिलेटेड एमसीक्यूज एंड अंडर द स्पेशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वी विल बी फोकसिंग ऑन द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ इंडेमनिटी एंड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ गारंटी. बट बिफोर वी मूव अहेड विद आवर मॉक टेस्ट डिस्कशन, द क्वेश्चन डिस्कशंस, आई विल जस्ट गिव यू अ ब्रीफ आइडिया ऑफ व्हाट डज इंडेमनिटी एंड गारंटी दैट बेसिकली मीन्स. तो इंडेमनिटी को बेसिकली हम एक ऐसा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मानेंगे जहां पे कि एक पार्टी जो है दूसरे को प्रॉमिस करता है कि दैट ही विल बी सेविंग द अदर पार्टी फ्रॉम एनी लॉस विच विल बी सफर्ड और सस्टेन्ड बाय दैट पर्टिकुलर अनदर पार्टी. सो बेसिकली दैट लॉस कुड बी ड्यू टू द कंडक्ट ऑफ द प्रॉमिसर हिमसेल्फ या फिर वो हो सकता है किसी थर्ड पर्सन के कंडक्ट से भी. ऑन द अदर हैंड इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ गारंटी, तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ गारंटी एक ऐसा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है जहां पे कि एक पार्टी जो है बेसिकली ही गोज अहेड एंड गिव्स अ श्योरिटी टू द अदर पार्टी दैट इन केस अ थर्ड पार्टी मेक्स एनी डिफॉल्ट विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू हिज लायबिलिटी और डिफॉल्ट्स विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू द परफॉर्मेंस, देन इन केस ऑफ दैट डिफॉल्ट जिसने प्रॉमिस किया था वो उसको परफॉर्म करेगा. सो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ गारंटी में बेसिकली देयर इज अ गारंटी विच इज बीइंग गिवन बाय वन पार्टी with respect to the performance of certain promise or discharge of certain liability by a third person कि अगर वो third person default कर जाएगा तो उस particular act को, उस particular promise को वो surety जो है perform करेगा या फिर उस liability को वो discharge करेगा. Now moving on to our very first question, that is a contract by which one party promises to save the other from the loss caused to him by the conduct of the promisor himself or by the conduct of any other person is called a contract of dash under the Indian Contract Act. Which of these is the correct option with respect to this particular question? Whether it is contract of indemnity, bailment, guarantee, pledge or agency, and the correct option is A, which is contract of indemnity. अभी हमने just देखा था और इससे related provision हमारा section 124 में है contract act के. और what is contract of indemnity? It is a contract by which one party he is promising to save the other party from the loss which is caused to him, and ये लॉस जो है उसको जो कॉज हुआ है दैट इज आइदर फ्रॉम द कंडक्ट ऑफ द प्रॉमिसर हिमसेल्फ और इट कुड बी फ्रॉम द कंडक्ट ऑफ एनी अदर पर्सन. सो ये होता है हमारा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ इंडेमनिटी. नाउ मूविंग ऑन टू आवर वेरी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, दैट इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 एंड इट टॉक्स अबाउट अंडर द इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट द promisee in a contract of indemnity acting within the scope of his authority is entitled to recover from the promisor what all damages which he may be compelled to pay in any suit, all payments which he may be compelled to pay in any such suit if in bringing or defending it, all sums which he may have put under the terms of any compromise of any such suit if the compromise was not contrary to the orders of the promisor, all A, B and C and both A and B. And the correct option is D over here. Right of indemnity holder when sued, section 125 इससे related provision provide करता है and it mentions promisee in a contract of indemnity acting within the scope of his authority is entitled to recover from the promisor what? All the damages which he may be compelled to pay in any suit in respect of any matter to which the promise to indemnify applies, all the cost which he may be compelled to pay in any such suit if in bringing or defending it. And third number आप देख सकते हो all the sums which he may have paid under the terms of any compromise of any such suit if the compromise was not contrary to the orders of the promisor. So all these are the damages, the cost and the sums which the promisee, if he is actually acting within the scope of his authority, he is entitled to go ahead and recover from the promisor in a contract of indemnity. Now moving on to our question number 3, which says under the Indian Contract Act a guarantee which extends extends to a series of transactions is called. So there are types of guarantee when we study the contract of guarantee we come across, and you can see the various options available on screen, and the correct option for this particular question is A, which is continuing guarantee. एक continuing guarantee जो है वो continuous होता है फॉर्म में, that is a guarantee which is extending to a series of transactions. Section 129 में इससे related provision है which mentions a guarantee which extends to a series of transactions. That type of guarantee is known as a continuing guarantee. Question number 4 is what is the consideration in a contract of guarantee under the Contract Act? And the correct option for this question is C. Section 127 is talking about the consideration for guarantee, and it mentions specifically that anything which is done or promise made for the benefit of principal debtor may be sufficient consideration to the surety for giving the guarantees. Now question number 5, it mentions as per the Contract Act, any guarantee which may have been obtained by misrepresentation made by the creditor or with his knowledge and assent concerning any material part of the transaction is which of these? And the correct option is B, it is invalid. Section 142 बोलता है कि guarantee which is obtained by misrepresentation, that is invalid. Now question number 6 is in every contract of guarantee there is a dash by the principal debtor to indemnify the surety, and the surety is entitled to recover from the principal debtor whatever sum he has rightfully paid under the guarantee, but no sums which he has paid wrongfully as per the Contract Act. And the various options are implied promise, express promise, conditional promise, contingent promise, neither implied nor express promise. And the correct option is A, which is implied promise. Section 145 clearly mention करता है implied promise to indemnify surety. Moving on to our next question, that is question number 7, and it talks about which section of the Contract Act defines the contract of indemnity, and the correct option is B, which is section 124, which mentions contract of indemnity defined. A contract by which one party promises to save the other from the loss caused to him by the conduct of the promisor himself or by the conduct of any other person is called a contract of indemnity. हमारा next question number 8 जो है वो बोलता है according to special contract a continuing guarantee applies to a specific transaction, a series of transactions, a reasonable number of transactions, all the number of transactions, and none of the above. And the correct option is B, which is a series of transactions. Section 129 is mentioning for more than a single debt or transaction. Question number 9 is the person to whom a guarantee is given is known as. सारे parties के name भी clearly आपको पता होने चाहिए. And the correct option is C, he is the creditor to whom a guarantee is being given. तो यहाँ 3 parties होती हैं contract of guarantee में. Section 126 अगर आप देखोगे तो उसमें है contract of guarantee is a contract to perform the promise or discharge the liability of a third person in case of his default. The person who gives the guarantee, जो guarantee दे रहा है, he is called the surety. The person in whose respect or in respect of whose default the guarantee is given, he is called the principal debtor. And the person to whom the guarantee is given is called the creditor. A guarantee may be either oral or written. Last question for today's discussion ये है what is the liability of court sureties who are bound in different sums as per the Contract Act? And the correct option for this is D, which is the co-sureties liability who are bound in different sums are to pay equal as far as the limits of their respective obligations permit. Section 147 is talking about this particular provision. Liability of co-sureties bound in different sums. अगर जो co-sureties हैं किसी भी contract of guarantee में and they are bound by different sums, then the co-sureties they are liable to pay equally as far as the limit of their respective obligations basically permit. So with this we come to an end of our today's discussion. मैं next video में हमारे different types of special contract के other aspects को cover करूंगी. आज हमने indemnity and guarantee से related mock test देखा. Next में हम bailment of pledge से देखेंगे. So do remember to subscribe to our channel and press on the bell icon so that you can stay tuned and stay updated. अगर आपको कोई भी questions हो, clarifications चाहिए, आप हमें contact कर सकते हो through this particular email ID or you can even give us a call on this particular number. आप हमारी website को भी visit कर सकते हो. हमारी website पे आपको सभी detail मिल जाएंगे with respect to the various competitive exams. So do remember to stay tuned and stay updated.